Okay, so the recording have started, right? So we were talking about the thermodynamics syllabus, what is to be studied that must be clear to all. Because thermodynamics is a very vast subject, it is very big topic and big, it is infinite. So you have to limit somewhere and you have to study to the point. So I have written down here GATE syllabus, that is 2021 GATE syllabus, and I will try to make you understand what is to be studied. Again, I am telling you what is to be studied. What is to be studied is the most important. Most important. What is to be studied, sometimes it is not clear to all. Okay, so basically this thermodynamics is having two parts. One is your basic thermodynamics and one is called application of basic thermodynamics. So one is your applied thermodynamics, when you have one basic thermodynamics dynamics, and second is your applied thermodynamics. So in basic thermodynamics, we'll understand fundamental concepts of thermodynamics, and those concepts will be used somewhere that comes under the scope of applied thermodynamics. So you have basic thermodynamics and applied thermodynamics. So this is your basic thermodynamics. In this basic thermodynamics, you have to understand first thermodynamic system and process. First you have to understand what is thermodynamic system, what is different processes, what is different state, what is system, surrounding, thermal boundaries. That the system boundaries. You have a process like isobaric, isochoric, isothermal, adiabatic, isentropic, or constant concentration process. So one property generally we keep constant and we can go any way, east, west, north, south, any direction. So we have to understand that process. So that is chapter is a basic, right? You in this chapter I have sent you the notes. These notes I have sent you. Notes covers only this part, thermodynamic system and processes. Then properties of pure substance is very important, because this property is very properties of pure substance you have to understand very well. You have to understand pressure, volume, temperature, entropy or enthalpy or entropy curve for a pure substance. Generally, water is the most common fluid or common medium is used in our mechanical engineering system, like thermal power plant or it is hydraulic power plant, right? So we understand how this phase change occurs, state change occurs, and you have three phases, you have solid, liquid and vapor phases. So how this a property, right now you have various thermodynamic property, whether it is pressure, volume, temperature, enthalpy, entropy or Gibbs free energy, how it changes, that we'll understand in this. Then behavior of ideal and real gases is very important. It is very common. You have to understand first real gas, ideal gas, then you have real gas, and what is the van der Waals equations. You have gas laws, you have to understand. You have critical temperature, critical pressure, you have to understand. Then zeroth law and first law of thermodynamics, that you have to understand. And here our numerical starts. This is the things here it starts. We'll solve more than 50 plus numericals that gets, exam in GATE examination question start from. So we'll understand zeroth law of thermodynamics, right now, zeroth law of thermodynamics, right? It gives concept of temperature, that we'll discuss. Then first law of thermodynamics we understand for a process, for a cycle, in a closed system and for a open system. So we will understand the terms whether it is heat interaction, work interaction, or internal energy change. In all these three cases, in a single process or in a cycle or in a open system, will apply. So that starts. Then calculation of work and heat interaction, both are form of energy, but there is a big difference, right? Heat is a low grade energy, work is a high grade energy. So conversion of heat into work, that will study, right, in various processes. Already we have discussed the process, whether it is isochoric, isobaric, isothermal, or adiabatic, or isentropic, or whether it is constant concentration process. Generally we keep one property constant, that will understand calculation of work and heat interaction. The second law of thermodynamics we will discuss in details, whether it is Clausius or whether it is Calvin Planck, and this concept of entropy will understand. Right now, second law of thermodynamics gives the concept of entropy. So in details, we'll understand second law of thermodynamics with various examples, mixing problem, whether if you mix 1 kg of ice with 1 kg of water, what will be the final temperature, or even you mix with 1 kg of vapor, and then we'll understand what is the maximum efficiency of a process or a cycle, how much heat can be converted into work, that limits the second law of thermodynamics, because first law tells that energy can be converted into one form of another form, but that first law of thermodynamics does not tell about your quality of energy, or does not tell that complete conversion of heat into work is possible. But second law of thermodynamics, that we'll discuss, and will this concept of entropy, then we'll discuss entropy calculation, right? Then thermodynamic property chart and table, that we'll discuss. Availability and irreversibility is a very important. We'll understand for a given system what is the available energy, what is the useful energy, what is non-useful, what is the irreversibility involved, right? Now, if 1 kg of coal is there, but completely 1 kg of coal if you burn, it will give you some heat, but what is that amount of heat, what percentage of heat, complete heat, is useful, that will understand. So availability and irreversibility involved, that will discuss. Then thermodynamics relation, that is Maxwell all relations, will understand, and that is very important, right? Then applied thermodynamics comes here. So once you have done with all these things, you have done with this basic part, then it comes application. So application you will only when you have so thermodynamics application. So once you have done with the basic, then it comes power engineering, air and gas compressor. You have power engineering, whether it is gas power or it is vapor, right? Or whether it is thermal power plant, when you use a gas or with the coal, right? Now we'll understand. I mean, we'll discuss all these cycle processes, right? In all PV diagram, TS diagram, pH diagram, or HS diagram, Mollier diagram, how much heat interaction is there, how much work interaction is there, then what is the efficiency, how much maximum work can be obtained, that we'll discuss. Then concept of regeneration and reheat, that is very important. I mean, how to increase efficiency or how to increase our work output, that will discuss, gas power cycle, gas and vapor power cycles, right? Then we'll discuss air standard Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle. I will discuss many cycles here. Your GATE syllabus limits only these three, but I will discuss Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, Atkins cycle, Eriskin cycle, Brayton cycle, Bell-Colvin cycle, vapor compression cycle, ammonia refrigeration cycle, or Carnot cycle. And in all, why these cycles? What is air standard cycles? What are the different processes? We'll do all energy balance, like what is the in this process how much heat interaction, what is the work interaction. Finally in this cyclic process all there is no change in internal energy, right? So all algebraic sum of heat interaction must be equal to algebraic sum of work interaction. So we'll understand Otto cycle, diesel cycle, we'll compare also. Then lot of small terms like pressure ratio, compression ratio, efficiency, right? And maximum temperature, pressure, that we'll discuss. Then you have refrigeration and air conditioning. That is very, very important. Again, this is a full book is there, full book, a complete book is there. So we will understand what is refrigeration, what is ton of refrigeration, right? Then what are the different methods of refrigeration? Why do we need refrigeration? Reverse of Carnot cycle works as a refrigeration cycle. Reverse of Rankine cycle, that is vapor compression cycle. Right now, that we'll discuss. The refrigerant, why refrigerant? Right now, refrigerant properties. Then all again. Property relation will discuss. Refrigeration cycle, ammonia vapor refrigeration cycle will discuss, right? Then heat pump we will discuss, that is reverse of your refrigerator. Then property of most air and psychometric chart and psychometric process, that is for air conditioning, you know, very important. You have to understand air plus vapor mixture that comes in a HVAC system, that is heating, ventilation, air conditioning. What is the property of what you call air vapor mixture, that we call most air, that will understand moisture content. Then we'll understand what is dew point temperature, what is dry bulb, what is wet bulb temperature, and then psychometric chart, all these processes, whether it is cooling, heating, humidification, dehumidification, or adiabatic dehumidification, everything will discuss. All air conditioning processes, mixing of two stream of most air, that will discuss. Finally, how to design a air conditioning system, how to estimate, how to calculate cooling load. Right now, you simply go shop and purchase. Okay, give me 1 ton AC, but why 1 ton AC? Why not 1.5 ton? Why not 2 ton? Because you generally apply thumb rule for your bedroom 1 ton AC. But if you have to calculate heat load, like how much sun radiation passing through your glass, through your roof, through your walls, how much heat is coming or going from the window or door, right? So finally you need a thermal comfort of 24 to 26 degrees centigrade and relative humidity 50 degrees centigrade. How to maintain then that when the surrounding temperature, pressure varies, surrounding humidity varies, like you have very hot season or very cold season, you have to maintain your inside condition a comfort, right? So how to design a air conditioning system, that you have to study. So this is your GATE syllabus, man, nothing else. Everybody understood what is to be studied? It is very small, right? So generally book I will follow for numericals. Numericals you have to Pekenag, and for theory, Senjal Bowles and Moran Safiro. Moran. So 3 books you have to study, and because you will not get that much time, you will not get time. I am telling you again, you will not get. Finally, you have to read my notes. And 30 years, 35 years of the GATE questions. 35 years of GATE questions, starting from 1987 to 220. You have to solve all. Everybody is clear about the syllabus, what is to be studied? Okay, so your today we'll discuss. So up to this, I thought I will directly start from numerical from the first law of thermodynamics, but later I decided to teach you basics right now. Basics like so my notes. I think you all have gone through my notes. So today we'll discuss some few topics. What are the topics? Thermodynamics, right now. So basically, just let me copy. Anybody, any doubt on this? The explanation what I have given to you all regarding syllabus. And one more thing, GATE ask only 6 to 8 marks. 6 to 8 marks. 6 to 8 marks. Remember. And but this is the heart of the mechanical engineers. So basically, what you have to do, you have to master yourself. You have to master yourself, and that will come when you solve this PK-NAG problems. So PK-NAG book, as I said, you have to solve. So PK-NAG book, you have to solve solved one and unsolved both. Both. Once you solve this, you will be master. Then you will never miss a question. But one more thing, the clarity is most important part in this. Again I am telling you, manufacturing, I taught manufacturing, they cannot frame much deeper questions because there is no much concepts involved in the manufacturing process. But in the thermodynamics, they can check your concepts. They will set a very tough and tricky question. You will confuse, oh, what is, why this is like that, why you, I mean, you will think, no, I know I have studied, but you will not be able to answer properly. So clarity of the concept is very important. You have to solve good quality questions, good quality problems many times, and you have to think it. I mean, you have studied something, you are going to apply these concepts, right? So clarity must be there. You must be clear about the content, right? So today we are going to discuss a few topics. Like first, we'll understand thermodynamics introduction, right? Then system surrounding boundaries. Okay, fine. So what is thermodynamics? This I read right now. So basically, you know what is thermodynamics? That you have reading it from second year of the engineering, and so thermodynamics basically is the study of heat and motion. Right now, it is basically a study of heat and motion. Fine. So basically, thermodynamics is uh, I have listed why we need why to study thermodynamics. It is very clear from this content, right? So thermodynamics, you know, thermal plus dynamics. So basically, it is made of two words: thermal plus dynamics. Dynamics, right? So dynamics basically when you study the motion, considering the forces also, that we call dynamics. So mechanics is having two parts. One is your kinematics and dynamics. So dynamics stands for motion, and then thermal means heat. So basically you have a heat motion, right? No, that we call interaction, right? That we, so it is a science of relation or interaction between heat, work, and property. So we have three words here: heat, work, and properties. So basically, in entire thermodynamics, we'll understand what is heat, what is work, and property. So interaction between these three in entire thermodynamics we'll understand and we'll study. So basically, how heat is converted into work, how property changes property of the system, right now. So, and one more thing, thermodynamics tells us all form of energy is not same. All form of energy is not same. When thermodynamics was not in a picture, then it was said that all form of energy is same, whether it is soft work, electrical work, or whether it is a energy in a coal or energy in a hydraulic your hydraulic plant. So all form of energy is not same, in fact, like one dollar, US dollar, or one American dollar, or sorry, Australian dollar, or in a Canadian euro is not same, or even one taka, 1 rupees of Indian. Both are one unit only, but their value is different. So same is case of energy. So then it also tells about us, like when you heat something, right now when you heat something, how much heat is to be added, quantity, right now, to raise a temperature of 10 degrees centigrade or 15 degrees centigrade, how much heat is to be added. And thermodynamics tells also when we burn some fuel, how much heat will be generated. Or thermodynamics tells also when something cools, like you have on a glass of beer, so it cools, right now. So how much heat will be required, I mean, how much small amount of heat or largest amount of heat. There are two things. Means if you want to heat something, what is the small amount of heat that you have to give, or you are burning something, then how much, I mean, is a largest amount of heat that will be generated. So and so these all concepts comes from thermodynamics. So basically in your entire thermodynamics definition comes here. So basically, right, petrol in a diesel car, when you are putting a petrol, so how much power will be generated? Petrol burns, so it converts into heat and pressure and temperature. Finally, because of the pressure, piston moves, piston transfer heat to the crankshaft, and finally crankshaft transfer to the your other transmission devices. So basically how much petrol will be required, that complete study will be there from thermodynamics. So from these three things we are inferring. First is your, it tells about smallest heat or work, and second thing is the largest heat and work. We all are mechanical engineers, and our basic job is to build or to make a device that should consume less energy if it consumes energy. And if some devices produces energy, then as an engineer our job is to how to get maximum from that device, and that is defined by the efficiency. So basically mechanical engineers is to design a device, right now, which will increase the efficiency. For an example, if compressor is there, compressor takes the heat, I mean work. So our design will be such a way that it should consume less work and pressurize more gas. But in case of engine, our motto will be it should consume less petrol and deliver more work. So smallest and largest, that way what we have used. So in thermodynamics, everything we covered. Then you have very basic things, system surrounding, that you have already studied. What is system? What is surrounding? So system and surroundings. System and surroundings. So basically what is system? System means we observe something, right? No, we observe. So basically we observe in a identifiable things. Suppose if I am a space scientist and we are looking at moon. So moon is our system. One microbiologist is there. And he studies, suppose, coronavirus. So his system will be that virus. So that virus will be there, right? So that virus will be there, coronavirus. So basically, so we observe identifiable things, and it must concern mass. Without mass, that we will not call it as a system. And rest of the system is called surrounding. So suppose A plus B is there, that is our universe. A is your system and B is your surrounding. Then for A, B is a system, but if B is your system, then A will be the surrounding. So when A is a system, B will be surrounding, and B is a system, A will be your surrounding. So basically, you don't think that a surrounding cannot be a system. If you are observing surrounding, then that surrounding world will become a system. And so we are interested in a thermodynamic system, not a mechanical system, because here I must use thermodynamic system, right? No, you have mechanical system. Mechanical system may be a crank, or maybe a gear train, or maybe a mechanism, that we call mechanical system. But when we say a category that is thermodynamic system that involves heat and work interaction, then it is a thermodynamic system. So this is the definition of system and surrounding. And the boundary system and so basically this is your system and this is your surrounding. So this system is A, this surrounding is B. So there will be heat and work interaction between this system and surrounding, right? No, and there will be a boundary. That boundary we call system boundary. So through this boundary only this heat or work or energy or mass that will transfer. Anybody ask some question? What is it? No, vacuum is not a system. Vacuum is not a system. Vacuum is not a system. Perfect vacuum is not a system. Perfect vacuum is not a system because it is not having mass, no gas, no air, so no mass. There means it is not a system. It is not a system. It is not a system. So thermal, the system boundary, and again that boundary can be fixed boundary. Fixed, it can move. It can change shape. It can change shape. For an example, if you take a cylinder piston, and that boundary can be a physical boundary, it can be an imaginary. So that boundary, regarding the boundary, objective question, lot of objective question is asked in a gate. So it can be a physical boundary. For an example, this is in a cylinder piston arrangement. So this is your piston and this is your cylinder. So you have cylinder wall. So basically it is in a physical boundary. Suppose you have your house, right? And you are going to study the air inside the house. So air is surrounded with walls. So these walls are physical boundary. But sometimes imaginary boundary may be there. For an example, suppose one river is there. So you have water flowing in the river. So you take an imaginary boundary like this. And just you observe this boundary, what happens to this boundary? Something goes, something coming out. So it is your imaginary boundary. There is no physical boundary here, right? But it is an imaginary boundary. But when it is in a pump, right? It is in a pump. So pump, if you take the pump casing, it is in a physical boundary. And again, it can be a fixed boundary, right? In fixed boundary, it can move. For example, when you have cylinder piston and when you move this, move this piston. So this, suppose this is your boundary. You are just near to the wall. You are taking an imaginary line, and when you move, this boundary also moves. And one more thing here, that mass is constant. So that boundary can be, it can be fixed. For an example, you take a balloon. Balloon. Suppose you press it. Right now, you press it. This will change. Size will change. A small amount. Suppose. So this initially you are taking this boundary. Now this will be your boundary. That physical boundary changed. So boundary can move, can change the shape. Anything happen. Then type of system. Everybody know what are the different type of system. Right now you have a closed system, open system, or isolated system. So you have one is closed system, you have open system, you have an isolated system. So closed system, when it is closed, mass will not go inside, from inside to outside, or it will not come from outside to inside. So mass transfer will not be there in a closed system. Open system, but heat and work transfer may be there. Mass transfer will not be there, but heat and work transfer will be there, right? And open system, you have a mass will change, mass will change also. And isolated system, nothing will change, nothing will change. So your universe, entire universe is a isolated system. So in closed system, right now, closed system, as I said, sir, vacuum cannot be thermal. No, already said. If you observe vacuum, can it be system? No, because already I said that system must contain identifiable object. I use this word, identifiable. It must contain mass, right? Mass, mass. So mass must be there and be identifiable. So perfect vacuum cannot be a system. What to observe perfect vacuum? Nothing is there. Nothing is there. What is to be observed? So isolated system, universe is your isolated system. Is an isolated system because you have universe and you have nothing. So closed system, isolated system means, right? Nothing will come, nothing will change. So it is isolated from the surrounding. Then you have a macroscopic, scopic, and micro approaches. So basically, our entire study, our entire study will be macroscopic. Our entire thermodynamics study, here what we'll do, we will not consider molecular level, will not consider. But in this case, suppose when individual molecules are moving, will not consider. We'll take in a lump of things. And what is the question? Somebody asked me question. In something which mass is added but not energy. Yes. There are system mass is added but not energy. What is the system? Mass is added but not energy, right? No. So you can take then it will be not a power cycle or something. It will be like it will not deliver work. Work will not be delivered by these systems, right? Now if it means only mass interaction is there, so conservation of mass, ma plus, you are adding mass, like you have compressible flow. So basically your density is not density is varying. So you are adding, suppose this is your system boundary, try to understand. And finally you are adding the mass, right? No. So basically it is your mass is added, but there is no change in energy. Is there in some system when mass is added but not energy? What is the specific name of the system? No, no, there is no particular name. I feel I have not found anywhere. It is in a, there is no such name is defined, but there will be device. There will be some particular device or mechanical equipments where mass will be added, right? A mass will be added, but not an energy, right? Now, so it is complete your conservation of mass system. So your mass adding, but mass is not having energy. It can be a, as I said, it is a compressible flow case. You are adding mass, right now, and it is flowing. So there is no such name. There is no such name because the V system in entire thermodynamics we study only a closed system, open system, and isolated system. And only these three, with the help of these systems, we are able to solve our all problems. All we are able to analyze all thermodynamic problems. We are able to analyze all mechanical thermodynamic equipments or devices, whether it is heat engine or compression or turbine or heat pump or refrigerator, anything using these three systems. Either it will be an open system, for in the case of turbine flow or pump flow, it is an open system. When it is in a cyclic engine, heat engine, it is in an open flow. But when valve is closed, then it is in a closed system, right? Sir, consider sunlight traveling through space to Earth. At some point in a vacuum, there will be energy but no mass. Is it system? Let me read your question. Sunlight traveling through space, fine, to Earth. At some point in a vacuum, there will be energy but no mass. Energy, right? No, radiation. Radiation is a photon. Photon, and it is having, right now. So consider sunlight traveling through space. Very nice. At some point in a vacuum, there will be energy, but no mass. No, no, that is not a system. Not a system. Not a system. Yes, Neeraj, not a system. Because the system definition is very clear. It must contain mass and identifiable things. In space where vacuum is there but radiation is coming, right? Now radiation is passing through electromagnetic radiation. It is a photon, but it is not falling somewhere. It is just crossing. So I mean, it will not change things in that system. System property. I mean, you when something falls on something interacts, whether it is heat or mass, system property should change, right? No, we have a pressure, volume, temperature, enthalpy, entropy, identified substance. No, 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 no. Photon, photon have no mass. Where is the mass, Mr. No, no, sunlight comes in the form of photon, which is the, no, 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 not true. No, 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 no. That is h nu. Photon energy is h nu. H nu, that is photon energy, E. Where is the mass? Where is the mass? Tell me, where is the mass? This is the photon energy, h nu. This is the Planck constant, that is your frequency. Is it clear now, Rajat? Again, we are all are studying in a macroscopic. As I said, it is in a macroscopic approach. This is the reason I say it is in a yes. So our entire study will be microscopic. Is our in thermodynamics. So mass is added, but no, okay, fine. Wait. It is good, yeah. I like your questions. Please keep on asking. Because if you ask, then only I will add. So as I said, so it will be your molecular level. We will not study. We are not bothered. We are not bothered about molecules. But here it will be molecular level. Level means molecules is coming with velocity, right? No, will not consider. So here uh, and so it is macroscopic. Our entire study, our thermodynamic study is macroscopic, right? Macroscopic. Anupam, we are studying macroscopic. Our entire thermodynamics is macroscopic, not microscopic. So individual, even though there is a particles, it is not photon. Photon is an energy. It is not particles. Photon is the energy, right? No energy, a packet of energy. Photon is a packet of energy, but it is having no mass. Photon is having no mass. It is a packet of energy. Now you will come Newton's what do you call Einstein's theory of relativity, right? Fine. Property, state, and path. So property, state, and path. So property, state, and path. So I have named Rajat many times. What is that, Rajat? Have you gone through this property? So context, basically that context is important. In what context you are telling. So here there are many properties. It can be a mechanical property, right? Mechanical property, chemical property, maybe physical property. But here we are interested in a thermodynamic property. Thermodynamic property. So basically in context, in which context we are talking. So there may be n number of property. As I said, you have a height and weight. So there may be for your police entry. You are going for an interview for a job. So your property will be your education, right? No, education, your experience. So basically context, in which context we are talking about. So here in our analysis, it is thermodynamic property. That is your pressure, volume, temperature, entropy, enthalpy, Gibbs free energy, right? Density. So basically these are all your thermodynamic property. Thermodynamic property. Again, state. So you know what is state? Thermodynamic. Again, it is in a thermodynamic state. Thermodynamic state. Dynamic state. Thermodynamic state. So it is in a thermodynamic property and it is in a thermodynamic state. So it is in a specific value of each will give you a state. So basically a state means, and again that state, how that state reached, nothing to do with the thermodynamic property relation. I mean, nothing to do with the property. Means, as I said, you have a state. So to define a state, you need a specific value of thermodynamic property. To define a state. Again, I am writing, telling it thermodynamic state. Thermodynamic state. You need a fixed value of pressure, temperature, entropy, specific volume, density, enthalpy, Gibbs free energy. Right now, Gibbs. So you have fixed value. Then fixed value it will be state. So to define a state, you need a thermodynamic state. There is fixed property value. Fixed property values. Fixed property value. Again, you have two type of property. One is called intensive property. Intensive property. Other is called extensive property. Extensive property. So it is a function of mass. It is not function of mass. Right now. So generally to check, how to check whether it is intensive property or extensive property. Just suppose this is your thermodynamic system, right now, and it is having a lot of property. So just to cut it, divide it. If you find everywhere same value, then it is intensive property. If it is different value, then it is extensive. For an example, temperature. So you will measure here temperature or here temperature or here temperature, it will be same. If you measure pressure here, it will be same, right? If you want to measure density, it will be same. But energy depends upon mass. Right now, it will be having lower energy because mass is reduced. Energy is your extensive property. So it all function of mass, depends upon mass. Higher the mass, higher the energy, and it does not depend upon mass. So basically, right? Now I have one question for you guys. Tell me, thermal conductivity is what? Extensive property or intensive property? Tell me. Tell me, intensive or extensive? Please tell me, extensive or intensive? Modulus of elasticity. Poisson ratio. Ravichandran, intensive. Very nice. What is the velocity? Velocity is intensive property or extensive property? Momentum. Momentum, extensive, very, very good. Entropy, entropy is extensive or intensive? Extensive. Magnetic field, magnetic field, magnetic field, magnetic intensity or current. No, magnetic intensity, or what you call, what is this? Extensive. Very good, very good. It is an extensive property. Very nice, very nice. So basically, so this thermodynamic property will be changed, right? Now, thermodynamic property, path, thermodynamic property, property will be changed by some process, right? Now, some process, whether that process, as I said, it may be isobaric, isothermal, isochoric, or it is isentropic or adiabatic. So it will be follow some path, right? Now, so path, it is your continuous, continuous, continuous. So that process may be reversible or irreversible, right? Now, so another, this is state 1 and this is state 2. So it is from state 1 to state 1 to it can be go from any path, but thermodynamic property value at this state will remain fixed, and even if that thermodynamic property does not depend on path. So whether you are going to this or going to this or going to this, but if it is state 2 is fixed, so it will not depend upon the path. So again, whether it is reversible or irreversible, it doesn't matter. Whether process is reversible or irreversible does not matter. State 2 is fixed means property 2 is fixed. For an example, suppose uh, one glass of water is there. This is you have a state 1 and this is state 2. This is at 20 degrees centigrade, and it's 30 degrees centigrade. So it doesn't matter whether process is reversible or irreversible, or it is this way or that way, whether you are heating by electrical heating or you are heating by candle or you are heating by gas or any petrol, does not, or heating by your molten metal, but state 2 is fixed means it does not depend upon this reversible, irreversible, electrical or any path. It does not depend upon the path. So again, when we will be discussing when state 1 and state 2, so we always, again I am telling you, it is the most important thing I am telling about the process. We will not bother about the process, whether going this side or this side. Just if we could find out these values or this value, then our job is over. Because sometimes what happens, heat interaction is a irreversible process. Heat interaction is an irreversible process, but we calculate ds dq by dt applying reversible theory. change in a entropy value we estimate, but it is in a heat interaction. It is in a complete heat interaction. It is not reversible, right? No, but we calculate using reversible formula. We calculate using reversible formula because we are interested only on S2 minus S1. So S2 minus S1, that is the change in entropy, will remain fixed, even though this way or this way or that way. So for state two, I mean, a difference between two states will never change. Right now, we can use any formula, whether it is reversible formula or irreversible formula, because here we are interested in only states. Okay, fine. So it is 8:30. So I will close this session. You have any doubt up to this point? Then you please tell me. Do you have any doubt in up to this point? Then we'll be having class tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow. Anybody any doubt up to this point? Please ask. Will all vector extensive then? Vector, right? Vector is not a property. Vector is not a property. Not a property. Because physical quantity are two types. Vector is a quantity, right? Now, within a physical quantity, it is in a vector is a physical quantity. It is in a physical quantity, right? Now that is used in the physics, and it is having direction as well, apart from magnitude. So velocity, suppose a big mass is there, big mass is there, big mass is there, and a small mass is there. So a big mass will be lesser velocity. Example of perfect vacuum. Momentum is extensive property. Force is also extensive property. If it is extensive, because force is mass into acceleration, it depends on mass. Moment is mass into velocity, so it is things. Example of perfect vacuum. What is the example of perfect vacuum? Sun. Our friends already have seen it, right? Now sun radiation passes through perfect vacuum. So perfect vacuum, what is meaning of perfect vacuum? Because we have it is in a local atmosphere, local atmospheric pressure, and at this is your right now at this point, this is your reference. So here it is 0, so it is your absolute pressure, right now. So same, it is your gauge pressure, this is your absolute, and below this we call it is vacuum, right now. It is below this we call vacuum. So, and this is your absolute. So basically absolute plus vacuum is your local pressure in this case, right? No, local pressure, local atmospheric pressure. And you have absolute is equal to, you have gauge plus you have a gas plus this atmospheric, local atmospheric. So perfect vacuum is means absolute pressure is zero. Absolute pressure is zero. Right now. So space where space is the complete vacuum, perfect vacuum. Space is the perfect vacuum. Yes, it is. We are studying in a macroscopic level. Again, I am telling you, Rajat, this is macroscopic. This thermodynamics is macroscopic. We individual photons, individual that we are not discussing. We are considering a physical bulk quantity. We are not discussing in a electron level or photon level or in a proton or neutron or in a